Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Okay, guess who's back? Brianna Lyston and DJ Oakley are back and running, although it was a soft landing. And we give you our perspective of what happened at the New Balance Grand Prix 2025. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. You do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yep, good to go. Well, news is that 28-year-old Jaheel Hyde, the 400-meter hurdle sensation, has decided to take a bow from athletics. Hyde retires from athletics at the tender age of 28. In a release to his social media pages, which was picked up by many news agencies, he wrote, "When I started doing sports, my goal was to become the best, to reach the top, and to inspire a generation of athletes coming up behind me. I was blessed with the talent to excel in both track and football, but the Lord guided me towards track, and I never looked back. The path led me to experiences I could have only dreamed of, winning countless medals, setting world records as a junior, and competing against the very best in the world. Now, as I step away from the sport that has given me so much, I do so with a heart full of gratitude. Track and field has shaped me into the person I am today, teaching me discipline, perseverance, and the power of belief. I want to sincerely thank my coaches, past and present, for pushing me beyond my limits and molding me into the athlete I became. To my family, friends, and fans, your unwavering support fueled me through every high and low. A special thank you to Puma for believing in me and standing by my side throughout my journey. Your support allowed me to perform at my best, and I am proud to have represented such an incredible brand. Though I'm closing this chapter of my competitive career, my love for the sport will never fade. I hope my journey has inspired young athletes to chase their dreams with everything they have. Thank you, track and field. You have given me more than I could ever ask for." The Olympian retires from the men's 400 meters hurdles with a personal best of 48.03 seconds. Hyde did inspire a generation of athletes.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
Now, yesterday afternoon in Boston, Massachusetts, the New Balance track meet took place, and we would normally have delivered our summary of that track meet yesterday, but the truth is, people wasn't feeling too well. I've not been feeling too well for a couple of days, but we decided to do our post analysis of what we saw and what we thought was important, particularly regarding the Jamaicans and some of the other performances that had nothing to do with Jamaican athletes. Now, 3 Jamaicans took part. In the women's 60-meter hurdles, we had Kieran Nugent. In the women's triple jump, we had Imani Oliver, and in the men's high jump, we had Romaine Beckford. Now, let's start off by looking at the women's 60-meter hurdles with Kieran Nugent, the fastest woman for 2024 in the women's 100 meters hurdles, and a former NCAA 60-meter hurdles champion, going up against the current Paris Olympic Games women's 100-meter hurdles gold medalist Masai Russell, as well as the former world record holder for the 60 meters for a brief period last year, Devin Charlton from the Bahamas. I anticipated that this would have been an exciting race, and it was. I was a little disappointed, but I'm going to explain to you what I believe happened with Kieran Nugent's performance. The event was won by Masai Russell in a time of 7.80, with Grace Stark taking second in 7.81, Devon Charlton third in 7.85, Akira Nugent came fourth in 7.92, and Christina Clemens of the United States came fifth in a time of 8.02 seconds. But there was a false start. Actually, I think it was really a slip by Akira Nugent because the race had to be called back, and I believe that's what affected her start. She normally has a fire start, and normally when that happens to an athlete, meaning if you've been called for a slip or a false start and you get an opportunity to run, you are overly cautious, and therefore she got out of the blocks, I think, very slowly. Let's take a look at that slip. Nugent is to your extreme right, Russell is in the middle, and Devon Charlton is to Russell's left. You can see that there was a slip from Akira Nugent. However, the race was recalled, and then this was what happened. As I anticipated, the American Joshua Sears took the win in the women's 60 meters. I think this might have been her second outing for the 2025 indoor season so far. She won in a time of 7.11 ahead of Destiny Smith Barnett, who ran 7.14 to take second, and Celery Barnes, who came third in 7.14. Zoe Hobbs took fourth in a time of 7.15, with Mikhail Briscoe taking that fifth spot in a time of 7.20.
Pretty even through the first 10 metres or so. Sears now challenged by Smith Barnett. This is going to be close.
Sears is now a pro athlete. I believe this is her second race for the 2025 season indoors. Good look for her. And I'm anxious to see what she's going to deliver throughout the 2025 season. Remember, last year at one point she had the fastest time in the world, and I believe she ended with the third fastest time for the entire season, a time of 10.77, if my memory serves me correctly. Got injured running the finals of the SEC Outdoors, which gave Brianna Lyston the win. I'm really curious to see what this young lady has in store, because I do believe she's a serious talent. Two of my favorite female athletes, Julian Alfred and Dina Asher-Smith, then competed in the women's 300 meters, with Julian Alfred establishing a time of 36.3. Let me be clear. Julian Alfred won in the time of 36.16, which is a new national record for the island of St. Lucia, with Dina Asher-Smith of Great Britain taking second in a time of 36.87. Both ladies, of course, trained together.
Side Dina Asher-Smith, look at these two. They usually run 100 and 200. They are swimming in lactic. Julian Alfred pulling on all her endurance training.
Interesting start to their season running in the 300 meters. No surprise in the men's 60 meters. Noah Lyles took this one, running a faster time, a season's best of 6.52 to take that first spot, with Terrence Jones taking second from the Bahamas, of course, in 6.57, the season's best. PJ Austin of the United States, also a season's best, 6.60. Marcel Jacobs, Italy, 6.63, and Trevon Bromell ran 6.64 to round out the field.
They're away cleanly. It's a fast start from Trayvon Bromell and from Terrence Jones. Noah Lyles driving hard here in the middle.
Now, the performance that impressed me the most was this young man, Quincy Wilson, who set a new under 20 record in the 400 meters and ran away from seasoned vets. I was really impressed with this 400 meters. This young man is a serious talent, I gotta admit.
They're already passing someone on an indoor 400, but Quincy Wilson, he's so raw, and that time that he's put down there, that would have won this event.
Yeah, people, he's one to watch. Let's see what happens to him throughout this season.
Man, it's great. That's only with a couple weeks of practice, so we ready.
Records since you never get old.
Nah, I never get old. I'm ready to go get another one tomorrow.
Now, Jamaica's Imani Oliver took a fifth in the women's triple jump. the event was won by Jasmine Moore of the USA in 13.89, with Oliver taking 5th in a time of 13.22 meters. Looking forward to see what she does for the island. And then in the men's high jump, the highest placing by a Jamaican was, of course, this young man, Romain Beckford, who jumped 2.19 meters to take that second spot in the men's high jump.
Second time clearance and a third time clearance. 2:19. Romain Beckford.
So Beckford, again, as I said, was the highest placing Jamaican, walking away with a second place jump of 2.19 meters. But we'll talk about it a little bit. Now, guess who is back? Dejanay Oakley and Brianna Lyston are back on track. We saw them on the weekend performing at the Razorback Invitational. Both young ladies ran in the 4x4 relays for their teams. Now, Oakley is no longer with the Longhorns. That is the Texas Longhorns. She's now repping for Georgia A. And of course, Brianna Lyston is still with, you can see her, this is her in action in the women's 4x400 meter indoor relays. She's still representing Arkansas. She ran on the second leg for LSU. LSU came 11th overall with a time of 3 minutes 44.92. Arkansas, no surprise here, they're always dominant in the 400 meters, took the win in 3 minutes 27.47. Now, this of course is my 2 cents. Let's first talk about these two young ladies. It's really impossible to tell what kind of, first of all, the good thing is I didn't have any clippings from the race, but I did manage to see the race, and Brianna looked okay. She looked like Brianna Lyston. The little bit that I saw, in fact, I didn't see the entire race. I saw clippings of the race, to be frank. She looked okay. It's a soft landing, so to speak. They're sort of easing her in. Last year we saw her explode running the 60 meters. Maybe they've decided on doing something a little different. Start her out running the 4s, maybe the 2s, to get her ready for that outdoor season. I suspect she will be running her next race, more than likely will be the 60 meters. But what I was most concerned about is if she was injured, and she didn't look injured, she looked fine. Oakley, same. She looked like Dejanay Oakley. Now, as for the performances at the New Balance Grand Prix, pretty much everyone did what I anticipated them to do, with the exception of, I did think Romain Beckford could have won, and he could have won had he not lost on countback. And I really thought that Akira Nugent would have done a little better. But again, as I pointed out, what happened with Nugent was obvious. I think she slipped. It wasn't purposeful, so she wasn't told to exit the race. But I believe what happened to her, and I've seen this happen to many other athletes, is once you get called out, you become extremely conservative in your start. And in a field like that, in just 60 meters, if you are conservative coming out of those blocks, you have almost no chance. Masai Russell, by the way, looks really good. She looks like she's on fire. She looks like she's very confident. But I do believe that the young lady who's going to clip her wings will be Akira Nugent. And again, this was Akira's very, very first race for the season. It was not Masai Russell. So Masai Russell has less ring rust. People want to me. Ring rust than Masai Russell. So I am anticipating great things from Akira. The fact is, she wasn't injured. None of the athletes look injured, and I'm very happy about that. Imani Oliver, I don't know enough about her, to be frank with you. She was okay. Again, she's just opening the season, and the truth is, when we see athletes open the season, it's kind of hard to anticipate what's going to happen next. But what I'm happy about is all of them seem to be injury free. Everybody seems to be fine, and I'm looking forward to see what in the collegiate scene, what Lyston. I know many of you are anxious to see what Brianna Lyston is going to do, as am I. Looking forward to see what Dejanay Oakley is going to do. Also, hoping to see more Jamaicans on the indoor scene. But I don't know, maybe the coaches decided that might have led to injury issues last year. So we're not seeing as many of them as we anticipated. But again, it's still very early. It's just the very beginning of February. Okay. Quincy. Wow. What can I say? The young man is really, terrifyingly talented. Very, very talented young man. But again, he's not yet running against the really big guns. But it was a great run, very impressive by this young man. Remember, he was competing with high schoolers, so he doesn't have any ring rust. Asher Smith looked okay. Alfred looked okay. They both looked okay. They're not 300-meter runners. Again, the coaches are trying something different and new, and it's really hard to assess from just their first race. Looked good. Julian won. That's a good look. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So for me, the Jamaicans weren't injured. Everybody seems fine. I think we're going to have a great track and field season. Now, don't forget to check out our merch store at printify.com, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings and queens. Bless up!